Good morning for all of us. Thank you for coming to this meeting. On this occasion, I will give a presentation about good communication. As social beings who always interact with others, then communication is one way to connect with the people around us. Well, first I will discuss about the basic communication. First, we need to know the definition of communication. Communication is a process of delivering information, include message and ideas from one person to another. Generally, communication is done orally or verbally that can be understood by both parties. If there is no verbal language that can be understood by both, communication can still be done by using gestures that called nonverbal. Next, when you want to communicate, certain conditions are required. The conditions are as follows. First, source. Source is the basic material in message delivery to reinforce the message itself. Example of source communication is people, institutions, book, and many others. Second, communicators. Communicators are the perpetrators who convey the message. Can be a person who is writing or speaking, can also be a group of people or communication organizations such as movie, radio, newspaper, television, and etc. Third, communicant. The communicant is the recipient of message in communication that can be a person, group, or mass. 4. Message. Message is the word delivered by communicator. Messages have a central theme as a guide in attempt to change the attitude and behavior of others. 5. Channel. Channels are media used by communicators to convey message. Communication channels are divided into sections, namely formal channels and informal channels. The last, effect. Effect is the end result of communication that occurs. Next, then what is the function of communication? Some communication functions are, first, as information. Communication provides a necessary information of each individual or group in taking a decision. Second, as control. The function of communication as control means that communication plays a role to control the behavior of other people or members in some way that must be obeyed by all parties. Third, as motivation. Communication provides motivation through explanation made by motivators. Next, about the purpose of communication. There are several communication objectives as follows. First, the message that communicated by communicators can be understood by the communicant. So, communicator must explain the main message clearly as detailed as possible. Second, in order to understand others. By communicating, each individual can understand another individual with the ability to hear what others are talking about. Third, to make our opinions are accepted by others. Communication and a persuasive approach is the way our ideas are accepted by others. The last, making others to do what we want. And well, how is good communication? To achieve good communication needs to be done with clear, true, full consideration, complete and brief. And when communicating, we should pay attention for 5W and 1H. They are whom, who will be invited to communicate, who will communicate, what message will be delivered, when is the right time to communicate, where is the right location to communicate, and how, language, media, style that used to communicate. The ability to communicate is one form of emotional intelligence. Many psychologists believe that emotional quotient has a greater contribution to achieve success in our lives than intelligence quotient. If we look, there is not a world leader, politician, businessman, negotiator, lawyer, artist who does not have good communication skills. For example, Barack Obama. He able to become president of the United States even comes from blacks. One of the main reasons because Obama has the ability to communicate extraordinary. He was able to convince the American public about his ability to bring the United States into a better future. Then I will give some tips for have good communication. They are, first, dare to say what you think. You have to be confident and recognize your opinion or feelings so you can communicate it to others. Second, practice. Developing good communication skills begins with simple interaction. Every time you use communication, you will open up to opportunities and relationships in the future. Third, involve the other person. In these tips, you need to, when you start communicate, need to make eye contact. It will make the interaction more successful. Eye contact shows an interest in the topic being discussed. Then, use gesture covering your hands and face. Then, do not send mixed message. Synchronize between words, gesture, face expression, and voice tone. 4. Show constructive attitude and beliefs. The attitude that you show when communicating will have a profound effect on how you organize and interact with others. The last, develop effective listening skills. A person is not only required to be able to speak, but also must able to listen to others. The fourth tips, use your words and your voice. Describe your message with clear and precise words, and use the appropriate volume. I think maybe all of you can apply this, so when you communicate with the others, with your boss, with your supervisor, with your friends, or with your family, they can understand what you deliver, what you say to them. That's all my presentation about good communication. I think that's all enough for this time. Hopefully it can be useful for all of you. Thank you so much for your attention. See you in next time.